I developed a skill where if I want to concentrate on something, anything, and my surroundings are distracting or loud, I can block out the noise and activity surrounding me and focus solely on whatever task needs my attention. It's a very useful skill at times, but it bugs the shit out of my mother when I'm not listening to her. In that case, it's not really a skill, it's a habit. It's not my intention to ignore her, but if we are watching one of our favorite television shows together at the end of a very long day, I might miss the fact that she has been talking to me for a while. It was in one of these typical end-of-day scenes where she was going on and on about something trivial, like how many lights our neighbor has on tonight compared to any other night, or the number of cars that have driven down our road. I was tuned into a comedy when she clapped to get my attention away from the show and onto her dilemma. Dad's been gone for years, so I can't really help her resolve their most recent spat. Besides that, I have a hard time imagining Dad making the long trip all the way back from heaven just to discuss the day of Mom's hair appointment. Mom is a bit senile, and she's a talker. Sometimes I think she loves the sound of her own voice. Maybe it helps her hold on to her fading reality. Other times, I think she's just loopy, like when she talks during the climax of a show we're watching, then hushes me during the commercials. As I was saying, this is a typical end-of-day scene with Mom and me. It's over when she falls asleep, usually after I discover her trying to find her bed in the bathroom, or vice versa. That is when I help her to the right room for the right purpose, tuck her in, and go to bed myself. On this particular night, though, I hadn't gone straight to bed myself. I was about to turn the TV off when a commercial for shampoo or bath soap captured my attention. A cute baby getting a bath in a sink laughed. Then the scene changed to an attractive woman in a bubble bath, sipping a glass of red wine. Then she's naked, snuggling with a man in a different tub, and then the same woman stood alone in a shower with water spraying over her face. The woman had been talking about water and her happy places. I had my thumb poised over the power button of my remote when the background music, a softly tinkling piano that matched the happy water theme, ended abruptly. This was not a shampoo commercial. A loud, angry alarm had interrupted the piano, and the haunting sound of a heavy metal door slamming shut gave me goosebumps. The camera zoomed out from a close-up on the showering woman's face to reveal she was in prison, not in a happy place. A scene change later, and the same young blonde woman popped out of a van, fully dressed. She was hugging a familiar pin-striped pillow to her chest, and she was in an orange uniform. The narrator of the story said, "My name is Piper Chapman," and I dropped the remote. The rest of the dialogue and the scene changes in the brief commercial came too quickly. I heard lesbian lover, drug smuggling. Then I saw Donna from That 70s Show appear a couple of times, wearing my glasses. I realized that what I was looking at was a fucking trailer for my life. And I don't mean the show being promoted was something I could relate to. I mean, literally, my fucking life. Piper is my ex-lover. And I used to be the drug-smuggling lesbian they were talking about. I stared, dumbstruck, at my television screen after the commercial for the new Netflix series ended. I had heard about her book, Orange is the New Black. That was more than 2 years earlier, in the spring, right after I had moved back to my childhood home in Cincinnati from a halfway house, also in Cincinnati.